Archangel Michael warns the enemy is stealing your miracle right now. Don't skip this. A vital piece of your future is about to be revealed, and you need to understand it fully to claim what's yours. Pick one. Pay attention. Don't pay attention to anything that tries to distract you. Being heavy and deep in your chest for a few days now. Don't worry about that. It wasn't an evil spirit trying to hurt you. Because a huge message from heaven just fell into your life, the air turned different. You asked God for answers for years but never got any. The silence hurt a lot. If you thought He had left you, I was told by God to tell you, I wasn't ignoring you. I was keeping something safe. In this message, He's going to show you an exception that He hasn't talked about before, because you weren't ready for this level of information yet. The rules that everyone else has to follow are about to change for you. Allow your heart to open, take a few deep breaths, and listen. You will find the answer to this unusual case. Now is the big change you've been waiting for. Subscribing to this channel right now will lock in this energy. Liking this video will show the spiritual world that you're ready, and leaving a comment that says, I am the exception, will open the door. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community, through the link in the description, or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site, you are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose. Join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. For a moment, let's be honest. You have been feeling something that you don't want to say. When you compare your life to what God has promised, they don't seem to fit. There are people who don't pray, who avoid God, and who only care about themselves. They seem to be winning. They get the partner, the raise, and the easy way out. In the meantime, you're doing great. When you want to scream, you forgive. When you have nothing left, you give. You pray until you can't breathe. You still feel stuck. Picture this: you're sitting in your driveway in your car. You don't get out, even though the engine is off. As you sit there with your hands on the wheel, and your eyes on the garage door, a thought comes to you. It's a bad thought that you would never tell your pastor. It's like, does God really see me? Or am I just talking to an empty room? You know that God loves you, but it's like a factory love. You don't feel like a loved child with a special plan. You feel like a number. Things seem to work fine for other people, but when you try to follow them, they don't work at all. Make sure you hear me right, you're not crazy. It's real to feel like things are going badly, but it's not because you're flawed. It's because you're unique. Listen up before I go on. Don't click away from this video. In a few minutes, I'll give you the guide for this feeling of being by yourself. Let me show you 7 tricks the enemy uses on people like you. And I'll also give you a secret way to keep your future safe. You'll be going into a fight without your shield if you leave now. Follow me. Going back to the bad things that happen. You think something is wrong with your life. A wall that you can't see stops you from moving forward. It falls apart when you try to build it. Because you live by a certain set of rules, this is happening. In Jeremiah 1:15, the Bible talks about this event. This phrase has been said 1,000 times. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. But let's look at what it means in the Hebrew original. Knew is written as yada, which means a strong personal link. The important part is the second part, I set you apart. In Hebrew, the word for set apart is kadash. It means more than just becoming holy. To be cut off, separated, or kept from common use is what it means in English. Take a look at that. Being set apart means that people don't use you every day. That's why normal ways don't work for you. That's why you can't use the normal path. You aren't made in large numbers. You were made just for me. God broke the mold when He made you. He stopped the usual chain of events so He could do something completely different. Now for the big change. It's not because you're cursed that you've been having such strange problems. It's because you're the first person like me. Heaven refers to you as a guide. Look, I am doing a new thing. It has sprung up. Isaiah 43:19 says. The Hebrew word for new in this verse is kadash. It doesn't mean a fresh take on something old. It refers to something new, something no one has ever heard of, a prototype. A car company doesn't test drive a prototype on smooth roads. It's taken to the desert. It was put in a wind tunnel. It hits walls. To see how strong it is, not to break it. They put stress on the prototype that normal cars will never have to deal with. Why? Because the prototype has the technology that will be used in the future. You have been chosen, and that is your life. The testing ground is the heat you've been feeling. There is a new energy, a new blessing, and a new breakthrough in your family line that you bring with you. You are the tefillin. You are the good example. You don't have a map either, because you're the first one there. You don't have a mentor who has been through the same thing as you. Just the two of you are cutting through the jungle. But this is what can go wrong when you are a prototype. Your enemy knows who you are. He is aware that if you succeed, you will make way for a huge number of people. Thus, he has a unique plan to stop you before you understand how valuable you are. He's not attacking you like he does other people. He knows just how to play with you. His moves will make you think you're crazy if you don't know them. What does a prototype mean in the spiritual world? Know the difference between something made for everyone, and something made just for you to understand your pain. Take a look around. This is what I call the mass production life of most people. The way things are set up for them makes them happy. They go to school. They get a job. They get a house. They retire and they pass away. The assembly line works well. They could already see the pattern. It was enough for them to just fit. They have an easy life because they fit. They have coaches who understand them. Because a lot of people have been there before. They have plans. They come with instructions. They have company. Then there's you. You weren't put together in a factory. You were made with care in God's hidden place. I see you as a model. Also, there are very different rules for a prototype. A prototype is made to figure out how to do something that has never been done before. It's meant to break a bad habit that has been passed down through 10 generations in your family. But there's a catch. There is no mold for you, because you are the first of your kind. You don't really belong with your family. You're not quite comfortable with your friends. Sometimes you don't even belong in your church. When you try to follow their rules, you just get too full. You trip when you try to follow their path. Think about how the Wright brothers made the first plane. They couldn't find a book on how to fly in the library. No one taught people how to fly. There were no sky maps. They were called crazy by everyone. They failed over and over. They went down. They were hurt. Why? Because they were making a sketch. They were trying to get to a level that people had never been to before. Good choice. You are right now in that place. You're not doing something wrong that's making you feel resistance. Due to the fact that you are starting something new. Now we come to the Bible verse that holds your whole life together right now. 43:19 in the book of Isaiah. The verse you know well says, "Look, I am doing a new thing. It's springing up right now, can't you see it? I am making a way in the desert and streams in the wasteland." We need to take a moment to really understand this verse, because the English translation hides how powerful what God is saying is. The Hebrew word for new, in this case is chadash. Pay close attention. Chadash does not mean a new version of something that already exists. It does not mean that God will paint your house or fix your car. Chadash means something that has never been seen before. It refers to something new, something that has never been seen before. When God says, "I am doing a chadash thing in you," He means, I am about to bring an energy into your life that your father, mother, and grandmother didn't have. I am not just fixing your family line, I am making it better. But read the second part of the verse. It says, "I will make a road in the wilderness." Do you get how important that is? A road lets people move, do business, and connect with each other. But a wilderness is a place where there is no order or direction. God is telling you that you are the way. That's not a road that someone else built. God is paving the way for the generations that will come after you with heavy machinery. That's why you're so tired. It is harder to pave a road than it is to drive on one. A lot of the people around you drive on highways that were built 50 years ago. They're taking it easy. But you have a machete and are in the jungle. To get rid of addiction, you are cutting down trees. The rocks of poverty are being blasted away by you. You are filling in holes left by hurts from the past. For your kids to be able to cruise, you have to work hard. You are the first person in the new family line. This explains the deep, lonely pain that stays with you. I know you've looked for someone to help you. I know you've looked for someone who gets the vision that's burning inside you. When you try to tell people what you see in coffee shops, their eyes glaze over. They tell you simple things. Some people tell you to wait or just do what they say. You know deep down that their steps won't get you where you want to go. Because of your job, you are alone, so you feel alone. You're the ship that breaks through the ice in the frozen ocean. The person who breaks the ice must do it first. It has to take the damage. As it breaks through the frozen wall, it has to shake and shudder. The ships that come after the icebreaker have an easy trip. Even though the water is calm for them, the icebreaker's captain can feel every hit. Don't cry over people who don't understand you, chosen one. Don't try to make regular people understand the mind of a prototype. They are not where you are, so they can't see what you see. You are ahead of the arrow. You're the spear's point. The spear's point always hits the air first. Being alone doesn't mean that no one wants you. It shows where you stand. It's what it takes to be the Chadash. Right now, accept this: you are a prototype. You are different from everyone else. You're the one who breaks old habits and makes new ones. That's what you are. That's what makes you great. But I need to warn you. It sounds strong to be a prototype, and it is. The most dangerous part is still a secret. There's a reason why the attacks on your life have been so strange, ongoing, and make no sense. The enemy is not dumb. He looks into how things work. He knows how to make a Christian feel bad. He has a standard set of moves for them. You made his whole body go crazy when you showed up and started shining with this Chadash energy. The enemy has a plan that is very secret, and is only used on prototypes. He can't attack you normally because you can handle them. So, he made a special kind of secret war, just to mess with your mind, and the way you are in the world. He has already begun the first part of this plan against you, as I speak. You might think it's just a bad week or bad luck. There is, however, a planned attack on you to kill you, before you realize what you really are. You might want to believe that life is about to get easier, because you're an exception. When you hear the word exception, you think of a VIP lounge. You think that God will help you get through the hard times, and put you on a high place where no one can hurt you. You think that different rules mean you get the good stuff without having to work hard for it. Oh, you're chosen. You're so lucky. Your friends tell you. For a moment, you want to believe them. You'd like to think that the fighting season is over, and the time to rest has begun. You feel a wave of relief, because you think the worst is over. But hold on. Take a look at your scars. Take a look at the last 6 months. Why are you so tired if being unique meant it would be easy? If being unique meant you were safe, then why does it feel like everything went crazy when you decided to go to church? The hard truth is that no one tells the prototype this. You're not safe from the war just because God made an exception for you. It means the war is mostly aimed at you. The military doesn't throw big bombs at buildings that aren't there. Their best snipers aren't sent to guard a small shack in the middle of nowhere. They only use their most advanced, dangerous, and expensive weapons on the most important people. They keep them for the prototypes, the leaders, and the people who carry secrets. You're not doing anything wrong, that's why you're being attacked so much. The enemy has seen how important you are, and is punishing you. You are proof of who you are through the hidden war you are in. What if you were just a normal person? Your enemy would give you something to do and leave you alone. On the other hand, he has to use secret warfare, because you are a prototype. To wear you down, he does strange things, attacks you out of the blue, and plays mind games. I'm going to show you his game plan now. I am going to list the 7 types of secret warfare that are used against chosen ones right before they take power. When I read these, you'll feel like you understand them better. You'll find out that what you thought was just bad luck was actually a planned attack. The isolation spike is the first type. Note that I didn't say loneliness. Being lonely is a state of mind. The spike in isolation is an event. It happens when the thing you relied on to help you is carefully and suddenly taken away. People who usually get you don't answer the phone when you call the one friend who does. Even worse, when you turn to them for comfort, they give you a cold look and say something that hurts very deeply. Think about this moment. You're in the kitchen with a coffee cup in your hand, and your eyes on the window. There's a weight on your chest, and you want to reach out. But then you mentally look through your list of contacts, and see that no one is there. Your close group is no longer there. It feels like being turned down, but it's really just protecting you. The enemy wants you to feel alone, so that you'll go back to bad people. But God is letting the isolation spike happen, so that He can get rid of the noise. For the message that is coming, He needs your link to Him to be clear. This is the second type, the financial mirage. Watch out for this one. This often takes place right before a big breakthrough from God. The enemy will send you a fake chance that seems like the answer to your prayers. It will be a business deal, a job offer, or a quick way to make cash. On paper, it looks great. It says it will help you with your money problems right away, but there's a catch. For this chance, you will have to give up a small part of what you believe. It will tell you that you have too much to do to pray. You will have to tell a little less truth. It is just a mirage. They want you to turn away from God and start making money before you're ready. You will get the money if you bite the bait, but you will not grow spiritually. You need to ask yourself, does this chance bring me closer to what I'm supposed to do? Or does it just keep me in my chains? The third type is the sleep thief. I'm sure I'm talking to someone now. There have been times when you wake up around 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. for 3 weeks now. When you wake up, your heart is racing, and your mind is full of worries about the future. You move around and look at the clock to see how much sleep you're losing. You feel like you can't sleep. You feel stressed. But let's look at what verse 12 of Ephesians 6 really means. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. We say a lot, but we forget how strong the word wrestle is. When Paul wrote, Greek people didn't watch wrestling from afar. It was very pale. It meant fights up close. It meant a fight with hands and breaths. and the loser had their eyes cut out. It was very close to home. The enemy goes after your sleep, because that's when you're most open, and where you can feel God's Spirit. He wants to mess up your sleep schedule because he knows that God speaks to people at night. That worry you have at 3 a.m. isn't yours. It is putting a spirit of worry into the air. The enemy wants to kill you so you can't be at peace. He knows that if you are tired, you will make bad decisions during the day. When you wake up at 3 a.m., don't take out your phone tonight. Do not worry while you're lying there. That's the trap. You should instead know that you have been called to the wrestling mat. Change the way you see it. I am awake because my spirit is on guard duty. Tell yourself. But pay close attention, chosen one. There are more fights than these three types: the isolation, the mirage, and the sleep thief. You can see and feel them, but they're not the enemy's most dangerous weapon. There is something different about the fourth form. It doesn't go after your money or sleep. It hurts your mind. It is such a powerful weapon against the mind that it makes you question whether you ever heard God at all. The fourth type is gaslighting. The enemy has the most sneaky and dangerous weapon, because it doesn't happen to anyone else. It takes place in your mind. It will sound just like your own logical thoughts asking the oldest question in history. Did God really say that? In Genesis 3001, the serpent doesn't use a sword to bring sin into the world. Instead, he asks a question. Now the snake was smarter than any animal in the field. The Hebrew word for snake is nahash, which comes from a root that means to whisper, hiss, or charm. The nishash is the enemy. He doesn't yell. It's a whisper. He waits until you're tired, which could be after 3 a.m. He tries to make you doubt your spiritual sanity by whispering things like, "You are imagining things. You are not a chosen one. You are just full of yourself. You are not a prototype. You are just a failure who can't fit in." You start reading the prophecies you wrote down in your journals years ago, and all of a sudden they seem silly to you. You start to feel like you're not good enough at your calling. Do not freak out if you are having this mental confusion right now, and questioning things you were sure of last week. There it is, the gaslighting. This shows that the truth you hold is so strong that the enemy has to make you throw it away. This is the fifth type, the artificial delay. This is meant to make you lose your cool. This happens when you're almost done. Everything is okay with the loan, but then the papers get lost. The meeting is planned, but 3 times it is moved. After the healing is complete, the next day there is a new sign. The enemy knows that heart attacks happen when you wait too long. You will force a door open that God meant to open for you when you get tired of waiting. Because you couldn't wait for Isaac, he wants you to become Ishmael. You need to change how you see this though. This is not a stop. A slingshot is being pulled back. It's not rejection that makes you feel tense and pulled backward. It's energy getting stronger. You will be launched farther forward the farther back you are pulled. Identity theft is the 6th type. Strangers from your past appear out of nowhere to make you remember who you were. They bring up mistakes you made in the past. People still call you by your old names. They try to make you do things the way you used to. This is shown in Zechariah 3:3. Satan is standing on Joshua the high priest's right, ready to fight him. Joshua is standing in front of the angel of the Lord. Joshua was also wearing dirty clothes. He was trying to tell him that he wasn't fit to be a priest by pointing at the dirt on his clothes. This is what the enemy does to prototypes. He is the one who is accusing. His anger, your divorce, your drug use, and your bad temper make him say, "That stain on your shirt means you can't be an example." But read that verse again. He doesn't say there is no dirt. He tells them, "Take away his dirty clothes, and see, I have taken away your sin." That's not a good way to defend yourself against identity theft. It means to stand on the fact that you've changed. Don't talk about your past when they do. You are no longer that person. They want to find a ghost. The seventh and last type is the early celebration. This is what the appetizer is meant to do. The enemy gives you a small cracker when you pray for a big feast. You pray that God will do great things through you. And a few people like your posts on social media. You might want to give up because you had a small victory. You might want to stop pushing, fasting, and believing. The enemy will let you win a small battle if it keeps you from winning the big one. He will let you work if it keeps you from doing what you were meant to do. Don't just eat the starter. Thank God for the small change, but be ready to take action. Stay in the room where people pray. Tell the adversary, "I am not here for a snack. I am here to take over the whole territory." This sounds really scary. Does it really work? Can I really survive these 7 types of attacks? Let me tell you about someone who is watching this channel, maybe even right now. We'll call her Sarah. Sarah's family looks up to her. She is the first person in her family to get out of poverty, which has been going on for generations. Form number 2, the financial mirage, was sent to her today. Sarah needed help badly. There was no money in her bank account. She was afraid to open the stack of bills on her kitchen table. She asked God for a miracle. She got a job offer all of a sudden. It was from a big company and paid twice as much as anything she had ever made. It looked like the right answer. It looked like a big step forward. Then she read the contract. She had to be on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for her job. She had to work on Sundays, which was the only day she had set aside to relax. She also had that heavy feeling we talked about in her gut. Her gut told her no, but her head said yes. It wasn't real. It paid well, but I felt like a slave. She was told to take it by everyone. Her family told her she was crazy to think about not saying yes. That's form number 6, identity theft, which is trying to make her feel poor again. Sarah did remember the plan though. She knew it was a trick to get her to spend less time with God. So, she sent the email while shaking hands. She turned down the offer. Things didn't happen for 2 weeks. It was impossible to hear anything. This was form number 5, the fake delay. She cried herself to sleep because she wasn't sure if she had done the right thing. Form 4 was the gaslighting. Then, on the 15th day, her phone rang. She had applied to that company 6 months before, but had forgotten about it. They didn't just give her the job. They gave her a job that was perfect for her skills. It was triple the salary, not twice as much. And the timetable. It was flexible, so she could continue her ministry. Sarah did well on the test. She turned down the fake offer, put up with the wait, stopped the gaslighting, and made her special case. Her family doesn't understand how she is living with so much more now. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history, it is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. You, too, chosen one, can do this. The game plan is now in your hands. You know the 7 kinds, you can find them. The attack shows that you are getting close. So you know it's not the end. You are missing one more piece of the puzzle though. Even though you know how to fight, you still don't fully understand why the forces of darkness see you as such a threat. It's not entirely true what I said when I said that you are a prototype. Something more important and higher has been hidden inside you by God. You are as originator, not just a prototype. You will know why the enemy has been scared of you since the day you were born once you understand what that means. Before we can see who the originator is though, we need to have a very private and honest talk. Let's talk about the shadow that looks after you. There is a part of you that is squishing back in your seat as I say these big words over you: prototype, divine exception, high value target. There is a voice in the back of your head that says, stop, I'm not that great, I'm broken, I'm a mess, I yelled at my kids yesterday. I have doubts. I'm a fake. This is the work we need to do on ourselves right now. You are scared of the good thing you want to happen. While you want the breakthrough, you're secretly glad it hasn't happened yet. You're afraid that once you get the platform, everyone will see through you as a fake. You're afraid that the assignment will be too much for you to handle. When you think about the addiction, divorce, and failure in your family history, you might ask yourself, who am I to stop this? It's too big for me. But listen to me. Being afraid doesn't mean you're weak. It means you understand. Selfish people are the only ones who don't mind taking on big jobs. You know how important this call is because you are shaking before it comes through. Moses was shaking. Gideon hid. He told him he was too young. You are taking this seriously because you are scared. I have to tell you the truth now though, because otherwise you'll always feel like a fake. That huge weight on your shoulders, that feeling like the whole world is on top of you, is not because you are full of yourself. It's because you came up with the idea. Who or what is an originator? You are a prototype. It is your plan. You, on the other hand, are an originator. God picks one person to end a line of curses and begin a new line of blessings. This person is called an originator. You are more than just a family member. You are the new Abraham in your family tree. Isaiah 58:12 says, and your people will rebuild the ancient ruins. You will raise up the age-old foundations. you will be called repairer of broken walls, restorer of streets with dwellings. Let's look more closely at that phrase. Rise up the age-old foundations. Do you understand what it means? You're not living only for yourself. You are the strength for the next 10 generations. There is a Hebrew word for repairer in this sentence. It means a builder who fixes a wall that enemies have broken down. That's why things have been so hard for you. Not only do you have to deal with your own problems, but also those of your grandfather, great-grandmother, and ancestors you have never met. You need to stop. You are the one who stops the abuse. You are the only poor person left. You are the one who stops the bad habits. You are the only one with the mental illness. So that your kids can walk on dry ground, you are the dam that stops a flood of family pain. This explains the exact fear you have. That weight is known as being the first. It's scary to be the first. There are no tracks to follow. The first person has to make room. The first one has to deal with the risks. The first person has to show everyone that the promised land is real. Take a moment now. Close your eyes for a second. Even if you're just picturing this while you drive, picture a huge, heavy iron door behind you. Rusty, cold and locked, it's that thing. That is the story of the pain in your family. If you stand with your back against it, and your arms outstretched, you're holding it shut. There is an enemy beating on the other side of that door, trying to get to your future. But you are holding the line. You are the one who started it. The pain in your back isn't punishment. It's the old ways trying to spread to the new ones. The door stays shut as long as you stand there though. You can look around. Do you get it now? You're not a fake, you're a guardian. God has been very strict with you, punishing you when other people got away with things. This is because you carry the seed of a new era. If the Creator is hurt, the future is also hurt. In Genesis 12:1, think about Abraham. Go from your country, your people, and your father's house, God told him. Was God being mean? Not at all. God knew that Abraham couldn't start a new country if he kept doing things the same way. He had to be taken away. He had to come up with something new. That feeling of being alone wasn't rejection. It was God pulling you away from your dad's house, so you wouldn't get stuck in the patterns you were born to break. To be pure, you had to be alone. You had to be misunderstood so that you wouldn't change your mind. Get rid of the shame. Get rid of the thought that you're not good enough. You were picked because you are strong, not because you are perfect. You were picked because you didn't give up when the enemy used Form 4, which is gaslighting. You did not sell your soul when he hit you with Form number 2, the financial mirage. You're still here. You are still facing that iron door. And that's all heaven needs to know about you. But now that you know you came up with the idea, and are the heavy machinery making the way for the future, you need to know what might go wrong with your mission the most. You might think the devil, the economy, or the people who hate you are the most dangerous thing. It's not. The most dangerous thing for an originator is not outside in the world. It's right in front of you. It's your mouth. You made it through the outside war, but most prototypes fail, because they mess up their own words. You are in the last stages of a spiritual pregnancy. One careless word, one rushed conversation, or one moment of complaining to the wrong person can end the pregnancy. If you don't learn how to be quiet, you will lose what you have worked so hard to keep. Now we'll talk about the most important plan you need to learn right away. It's what I call the protocol of silence. You need to know how the afterlife works. The enemy doesn't know everything. He can't understand what you're thinking. He can make you think of things, but he can't hear your prayers. Hearing what you say helps him figure out what you want to do. If you talk about your vision too soon, you give the enemy a plan for how to attack you. Think about an operation in the military. The plans were kept in a locked room before the big invasion. Well, only the generals knew. The plan would not have worked if the soldiers had talked about the invasion online the night before. Life is like a military operation for you. Your breakthrough means you're now in enemy territory. Still, you grab your phone right away when God sends you a message. You talk to your friend. You write an unclear message online. You tell your family over dinner. You need to be approved of. You want them to be happy for you. You want them to understand that you're not crazy. But this is the leak. Some people get scared when you tell them about your plan to escape, while they are still being held captive. They may smile at you, but their doubt weighs you down, and makes your dream feel impossible to reach. You're tired after that conversation. It seems like all the fun has gone away from you. That's because you let people who don't value your valuable things have them. As the Bible says, they stepped on them. This is more than just good advice. The Bible says this is the way to live. Let's look at how this happens over and over in the Bible. This won't just happen once. This is a must for the originator. Take a look at David. Samuel, the prophet, goes to Jesse's house in 1 Samuel 16. He puts the oil on David's head. He makes him king of Israel after him. David's life has reached a new high point. He was picked. He came up with the idea for the royal family. What does David do in the morning, though? Does he rush to the palace and ask to sit on the throne? Does he make a sign that says, "Future King"? Not at all. He goes back to taking care of the sheep. He serves his brothers again, even though they don't like him. He doesn't tell anyone. He carries the gift of God in secret for many years before he becomes king. When David spoke up too soon, Saul would have killed him before he could kill Goliath with a stone. Now, look at Jesus, who is the ultimate creator. Verse 44 of Mark 1 shows that Jesus heals a leper. It's hard to believe. It shows how powerful he is. What does he tell the man first, though? He tells them, "Don't say anything to anyone." In the Gospels, Jesus does miracles and then tells them to be quiet. Why? Was he being modest? Not at all. He knew what he was doing. He was alert to the fact that becoming famous too quickly would stop his work. He knew that if he told the religious leaders who he really was too soon, they would kill him before it was time. Even Jesus, the Son of God, had to be quiet to protect his mission. What makes you different? From now on, you have to follow this rule. Don't tell anyone you're pregnant. Make the birth public. In the real world, women usually don't tell anyone they're pregnant until after the first few months are over. Why? Because the most important time is in the first few months. It's the most likely time to lose the baby. The seed is getting bigger. It needs to be looked after, not cared for. Your spiritual dream is just getting started. The thing is weak. It's taking shape. You risk a spiritual loss when you talk about it with people who aren't strong enough to support it. A fragile new life is being opened up to the world's dangers by you. Right now, I want you to do something in your mind. Think about the dream that God gave you. It might be a new job, a marriage, a business, or a house. Imagine a tiny, bright fire in the palm of your hand. Now picture yourself making a fist with your fingers around it. To protect it from the wind, not to crush it. Feel how warm it is next to your skin. You can have this. It's just you and God. The public does not yet own it. Keep that fist tight in your mind. As you close your mouth, hear the sound of a zipper. This doesn't hold back. This makes it safe for it to grow. You are a builder. So the promise can fully grow. You are keeping things warm and stable. But I can hear the question coming up in your mind. You're asking, but does this mean I have to live like a hermit? Does this mean I can never trust anyone again? The silence is so heavy. I feel like I am going to explode if I don't share this burden with someone. I get it. We were made to connect with other people. God told people that being alone is bad. Being alone all the time is dangerous because you could be tricked. You need to get good advice. You need people to pray with you. But you can't let everyone see everything. You need a way to control who can see your private files. You need to know who is safe and who is trying to get you. You need to know who will try to stop the promise, and who will help you make it come true. There are no walls around a house, so you can't live there. But you can't live in a bunker with no doors either. The framework I'm going to give you is called the vault system. Instead of the 3-circle rule, this is the new, better way to do it. That way, you can keep track of everyone in your life and know how much information they can handle. This will protect you from being lied to. This will help you keep your energy up. The most important thing is that this will let you live with other people without giving up your destiny. Here is the answer. The vault is the name of it. You don't have to stop everyone. You shouldn't let everyone into your life though. When it comes to intelligence work, information is sorted into 3 groups: top secret, confidential, and secret. Right away, you need to think about your relationships in the same way. Imagine that your life is a building with 3 separate rooms. The steel vault is the first room. This is the most holy spot. You can't see out of this room because the door is locked from the inside. You and God are the only ones who can be in this room. You should keep these things here: your first thoughts, the dates God has given you, and your plans that are still just thoughts. Please pay close attention. People should not be in the titanium vault unless they have been trusted for at least 10 years. Still, be careful. Micah 7:5 tells us, "Do not trust your neighbor or your friend. Keep the doors to your mouth closed from the woman who is lying in your arms." That sounds harsh, but an originator needs to hear it. Put the dream in titanium if it's still not strong enough. If you are writing a book, don't tell anyone the title until the police can protect it. If you want to start a business, Don't tell anyone the exact plans until you get the patent. The steel vault is the second room. This is where the building will go. The people you let in here have proven to be your allies. These are the people who have hard hats on. There is no party for you here. They're here to help you build. They can see how bad things are. They can see the model that isn't quite done yet. They will not judge you when you have doubts. But pay attention, this circle is very small. There were 12 people following Jesus, but only 3 were allowed to go to the Mount of Transfiguration. Do not try to fit 12 people into a room that only fits 3. If you try to push a casual friend into the steel vault, they will break your spirit because they won't get it. The Siras glass vault is the third room. There is a showroom here. This is for everyone. It's for your big family, your close friends, and social media. It is possible for people in the glass vault to see the finished product, but not the plans. They see the new car, but don't understand how the engine works. People see the miracle, but they don't know how hard it was to get. You care about the people in the glass vault. You give them what they want. You should never, ever ask them how to build something though. This is important, let me explain. A person named Michael is the subject of my story. Like you, Michael is a chosen one. He got an idea from God today for a tech solution that would change his business. The idea was worth $1 billion. Michael was so excited that he told his best friend from childhood about the whole plan over dinner. He let a glass vault person into the titanium vault. He wasn't attacked by his friend. He did something worse. He laughed. He said, "Michael, get real. You don't have enough cash. You don't have the grad. Don't do anything else but your day job." Michael's spirit was cut like a poison dart by that one sentence. He quit his job, threw away the business plan, and became depressed for 6 months. His ship sank because of a leak. Michael then learned how to use the vault. He said sorry. He asked God for another chance. He got a better idea from God. Michael locked the titanium door this time. For 8 months, he worked alone. In his steel vault, he only showed the plan to one mentor. It was fully built, fully funded, and impossible to break when he finally showed it to everyone. The first person to ask for a job was the friend who made fun of him. Chosen one, you need to be strict about who can enter your life. Don't give people your valuable things, and expect them to treat them like diamonds. I can tell there's a shift in the air now, that you know the truth about being a prototype, the war you're in, and the vault system. Inside you, you are ready to receive the timeline. Your question has been, "Lord, how long? How long will it be before things change?" I'm going to tell you what will happen in the next 40 days. This isn't a reading of the future. This path is based on spiritual rules. Things move faster when you follow the rule of silence. The next 40 days will be split into 4 clear parts. This needs to be written down in your spirit. This is the first week of the purge. As soon as this video is over, people will leave your life out of the blue. It could be because of a fight or a misunderstanding. Or they could just stop calling. Don't go after them. Again, don't go after them. The Holy Spirit is cleaning up the building site. Before He pours the foundation, He is getting rid of the old stuff. You won't get the blessing for another year. if you try to hold on to someone God is letting go of in week 1. Allow them to leave. The echo chamber is week 2. This week will be the worst. It's likely that God won't say anything. You won't feel anything when you pray. When you read the Bible, the pages will seem empty. Don't get scared. We are now in the testing phase. God is taking a step back to see how strong you will be when you can't feel His hand. It's up to you to decide if you want to go back to your old ways or stand on the vault system. This is where your spiritual roots go down deep. The enemy will see that you made it through the purge and the silence, so he will try one last time to distract you. This is called the counterattack. Most likely, this will happen through the gaslighting we talked about before. You will feel a sudden wave of being lost. You'll want to give up. Know that you will say, "This is too hard." Draw attention to it. Say, "I see you. This means I'm getting close." Open door, week 4. This is what Habakkuk 203 says will happen. For the vision waits for a certain time. It speaks of the end and will not be false. Even if it takes a while, you should wait for it because it will come. It will definitely happen in week 4. The phone is going to ring. The email is going to come. The meeting is going to happen. It won't look like you thought it would though. Things will get better. You will have to get out of your comfort zone right away, though. The next 40 days are a window of opportunity. It's like a door is opening in your life right now. You can't walk through it while sitting down though. You can't go through it with a weak heart. It has to happen because of you. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary, where we discuss the Word daily, and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. This word is about to be sealed. We are about to write this timeline into heaven's books. The 40-day clock starts as soon as this video ends. Get ready for me. I need you to move your body around. Get up if you're lying down. Get up if you're sitting down. Be sure to hold on tight to the wheel when you're driving. We're not just ending a video. We are beginning the launch sequence. Are you ready to take charge of your morning? Are you ready to become the first person to do something? I want you to change how you feel inside right now. No matter where you are. Stretch your back out if it's okay to do so. When you drive, keep your hands on the wheel and remember that you are steering more than a car. You are in charge of a family line. Imagine that you are in a high court instead of a room. The heavy doors shut behind you. The outside world's noise has been blocked out. You are in front of God. We're not just ending a video. A deal is being made. Get your spirit ready. We are going to seal up everything you heard so the enemy can't take the seeds. Father, we don't come to you as beggars. We're the models you made for this very moment. We move from the time of waiting to the time of going fast. I know that this chosen one has shed tears behind closed doors. I understand how confusing it is to feel alone, how painful it is to have no money, and how tiring it is to be the first. We're not complaining about these wounds. We're giving them to you in exchange for power. We trade the weight for a garment of praise. By the power of the kingdom, I seal your mind with the truth about the secret war right now. I bind the spirit of lying to people. I bind the spirit of being stolen from. I bind the spirit of celebrating too soon. They don't have any power here. I promise that from now on, when the enemy whispers, you will be able to recognize his voice and silence him. I put a seal on the rule of silence over your mouth. I protect your lips with my spirit. You won't give your valuable things to people who don't care about them. You won't give your energy to people who can't handle it. I set up the vault system for your relationships. You will be smart enough to know who belongs in the titanium, steel, and glass, I promise. Now your close circle is clean. I'm stating that the role of originator is fully active in your DNA. You are the last person your father cursed. Your mother can only do so much for you. Poverty, drug abuse, and divorce have been a part of your family for 10 generations, but today they hit the wall of your obedience. That which is broken is fixed by you. You fix up paths so people can live on them again. You are the one who turns the family name from one of pain to one of honor. As it says in Revelation 3:8, I know what you really did. Look, I've set up a door in front of you that can't be closed. I'm letting you know that the next 40 days are legal. Devil, people, ideas, or money can't close the door that God just opened for you. The deal is now on the table. You have the pen in your hand. Heaven is ready for you to sign. Let me know right now if you agree to take on this mission and the challenge and honor of being the first person to do it. Declare, I am ready. You can also write, I am ready, in the comments to make your point clear for good. It's done. The seal is in place. The plan is now live. Don't think about the past. Make the new thing. You are now free. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary, where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.